Hello everyone, I hope that you are doing fine. Today's topic is an interesting one. I would like to talk a bit about emotional availability and emotional maturity in men as a favorable characteristic for many women in general, and how women define emotional maturity in men. What kind of expectations they have, and what's women's perception on how really mature men should behave. Well, this is a very relevant and interesting topic, I think, because there are so many women who talk about their boundaries, their standards, criteria on relationship, on dating and partner type. Many women say that they want an emotionally mature man for a relationship who can be soft and show affection, who can open up and be honest about their own emotional experiences and share with them how he feels and be able to be present emotionally for them. But in practice, what they actually define for themselves as emotional maturity in a man. Because this definition, as I have understood, is sometimes far away from the real emotional maturity concept. Many women are not healed enough to fully understand what is really to accept, how it is really to accept a man with high emotional intelligence. Let us take a quick look at the concept, at the core of this construct, emotional maturity. This concept refers to the capability to express and manage emotions in a healthy and constructive way, which functions effectively in relationship. So qualities such as self-awareness, empathy, restraint, healthy coping mechanisms, reflections, problem-solving skills, calmness, patience, good emotional regulation skills, curiosity and willingness to repair, taking responsibility, being accountable for own actions and refusing to blame others, being supportive, etc., are accompanied with emotional maturity. And it comes with experience, right? And motivation for investing and working on a relationship, not only for self-growth, but also for the sake of relationship. So emotional maturity develops through time. So also maturity is about being aware of the fact that imperfection is normal and neither he nor you must be perfect. Mistakes are normal and inevitable parts of our function. So he will not blame you or criticize you for making mistakes. And if he makes mistakes himself, he will be accountable and show interest and make effort to, in order to repair anything that might have gone wrong. And he is able to listen attentively and with care. He is aware of your values and boundaries and respect them. So if something is absolutely no for you, he will never allow himself to cross that line, and so on. And he knows that nobody is perfect, so he doesn't avoid but acknowledges any fault from his side and promises to change and or reverse anything that might have gone wrong. An emotionally mature partner is also good in managing conflicts and disagreements. So conflicts will not necessarily result in arguments and fights when you are emotionally mature and safe. But one of the core aspects of emotional maturity is about vulnerability. In other words, you cannot get psychologically mature and robust without letting yourself to be vulnerable and truly connected. Maturity and vulnerability are intertwined concepts. To me, one of the most beautiful and effective psychological qualities of human beings is the ability and willingness of being psychologically vulnerable. This is about being connected with inner self, with values, identity, true authentic self, and allowing self to be emotionally naked and present without feeling to need, using defense mechanisms and suppressing your needs and feelings all the time. Such a partner with this ability can be a safe person who can stand by you when life gets tough. Many women will mistake kindness with a sign for maturity and vulnerability. If they receive compliments and an action of kindness and softness from their man, they feel that, okay, that's it. It means that he is emotionally mature. But the thing is that kindness and maturity are not necessarily paired qualities. Emotional maturity demands good communication and also emotional regulation skills, but acts of kindness and softness do not demand such deeper connection with inner qualities. But vulnerability and showing up emotionally in men may clash with social constructs that women are generally conditioned to dislike and not to accept. This is a cultural or social norm dictated by society, telling us women to what to expect from relationship and gender roles and what not to accept, right? So we both, men and women, get socialized into social constructs. We evolve into the expected roles pushed by society. Girls learn to perform by being nice, being kind, empath, pleasers, taking responsibility too much, taking care and attention from young age in order to survive relationships and get chosen by men. And that is why many of them overfunction in relationships and become experts to navigate other people's emotional states all the time, while they learn to not to care about or prioritize their own boundaries and needs, while boys socialize into opposite constructs where they, since young age, get encouraged to become logical, objective, rational beings who should, preferably distance themselves from emotional expressions and vulnerability. And this means that they get stolen their rights and opportunities to develop maturity and interpersonal effectiveness, to express their emotions and true feelings and literally be vulnerable. So all the school, ideas and cultural norms and masculine thoughts about men would really make it difficult for women to understand what actually means to be mature emotionally as a man. They expect and welcome a very narrow and shallow level of emotional connectedness in men, like they would only appreciate superficial poetic compliments and expressions by men when they are praised because of their beauty and good appearance and so on. But when a man really wants to be himself and act based on vulnerability, many women would turn off and even feel scared and find it very difficult. They cannot stand it when their partner says something like, "Oh baby, I'm not feeling well now. I need help. I don't know what I really want, or I don't know what should I do now," etc. So the fact is that an emotionally mature man perhaps wants to be more vulnerable and cry on your shoulder. How does it feel for you? Many women find it difficult because this kind of vulnerable behavior in man will trigger a fear and need for protecting themselves. But what does it come from, this fear? This is actually a result of an internalized part imposing from cultural and social standards about masculinity, which has been strengthened through years of development. Many women see their men through a lens of expectations which is not aligned with and adapted to their true desires and standards, because it is about power dynamics. Women are placed in lower level powered positions, whereas men are habituated into a more powerful dynamic where they hide themselves behind a firm masculine mask. Men get victimized. They get victimized and begin to believe that being vulnerable and attached to their own feelings and using this vulnerability as a tool to connect with and attach to another human being is not an option at all, because it will be ashamed, it will be rejected, and they will receive a label of being weak. So vulnerability is perceived as weakness and a feminine phenomenon for many men, and is associated with weakness or even a failure and inferior quality, unfortunately. But that's a huge problem when it comes to relationships, because as mentioned previously, you cannot connect with another person without being connecting with yourself at the first place and with your vulnerable inner parts. And also you should practice, sharing these vulnerabilities with the important person in your life with whom you would like to build up a life. But for many women, it is hard to imagine this level of vulnerability in men as a strength, because they suddenly find their partners in a lower level power place and feel themselves more powerful and masculine. And then they start hating, this shift, to see themselves the one who is a stronger one and should take care of him and also themselves. Many women unconsciously chase the masculine rescuer schema because they want a power figure who can save them, who can take care of them. A typical, strong and mature man in their eyes is the one who take care of them, protect them, and create also a slight sense of exclusive ownership, like feeling of loving her intensively, that he owns her, and that is why he wants to protect her all the way. This is interpreted as love for her, but actually this is toxic, and this is form trauma bonding. So it is like the only place she sees herself to deserve being in is that lower level power positions, because she has been put there all the way through life, and therefore she feels safe being there. She cannot stand a power shift. She cannot accept a real vulnerability in man because it throws her away from her own place. So if you are the woman who think that you appreciate being in relationship with an emotionally mature man, please ask yourself, are you really prepared for receiving a vulnerable, mature man who is connected with himself before he connects with you? I hope that you have found this interesting. Please share this message with a friend and stay in touch. Thank you.